Hey guys, what's up and welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm doing a get ready with me. So usually I do these on TikTok, which was fine. And I honestly liked doing it because I have a creator that I follow on there. Her name is Lola Violet. She makes really good music and she's trying to get her music out there. So I try and get gifts so that way I can give her gifts, because that helps her make her albums and stuff and helps her afford that. So that's what I try to do, and I can't really afford buying gifts all the time. So I started going live on TikTok. Y'all, it is not for the weak. TikTok live is not for the weak. I literally, every time I go on there, I only get like 4 views. And recently they've been going up, but recently they've been like weirdo people, like for real. And like this one person, he commented and he was gonna add me on my Snapchat, and he sent his Snapchat, and that's the state I live in. And I was listening to music, and I was listening to Red Hot Chili Peppers, or wait, no, it was the All American Rejects, sorry. And he was like, I love that band. And I was like, okay, cool. And like, you guys know how I am. I love music. So I was like, all right, then I'll add you. And I was expecting, like, hey, a friend, because I'm not like looking for like a relationship or anything. So I add him and I'm like, hey. And he's like, hey. And he's like flirting with me a little bit. And I'm like, yikes, in my head. And I'm like, wait, how old are you, bro? And he says, I'm 27. I'm like, I'm 19, bro. Like, that's... Yikes, you're flirting with a 19-year-old. That's crazy. So I was like, yeah, I'm 19 and I'm not looking for a relationship. I would love to be friends, though. And he was like, sure, okay. And he was like, the 7-year age gap is kind of weird for me, too. And I was like, yeah. So I was like, let's be friends. He was like, okay. And I haven't heard from him ever since. I have not heard from this guy ever since. Yes, I'm drinking out of a Grinch coffee cup. Because it's the only one I can reach. So anyway, I was just like, okay. And most guys only really want one thing. So I was like, yikes. So that was basically that. The end of that story. Anyway, let's get into what this title of this video is about. I am like way off topic. I've been waking up at like 8 a.m. every day, which is different because I usually wake up at 9. And like it's literally been changing my life. But anyway, so I was up last night and I was on TikTok and I saw a Mandela Effect, and I don't usually get shook by Mandela Effects, but I got shook by this one because my sister, okay, so everybody when they were little had like a band that they loved, okay? Mine was R5. Just saying. My sister's was 5 Seconds of Summer. And I, in turn, also love 5 Seconds of Summer because she would listen to it and I would listen to it with her. And we have similar music taste. So I was like, okay, like this band's great. Like I love them. And like I remember being up watching like some award show. Maybe it was like the Grammys or something. I don't know. But they performed, and or maybe it was like a Nickelodeon award. I don't know. But it was something like that. And I remember them singing their song, She's So Perfect. And it literally blew my mind because I saw a TikTok. The lyric I thought was, she looks so perfect standing there in my American Apparel underwear. But it's not. It's, you look so perfect standing there in my American Apparel underwear. Which I guess does make sense because, like, they're singing to someone rather than about someone, and the title is just about her. But, like, what do you mean? Like, I literally remember Luke singing "She Looks So Perfect" standing there, not "You Look So Perfect" standing there. And then I went back and I listened to the Spotify music, and, like, it's true. He says "You look so perfect." He never says "she" in that entire song. So I was just, like, taken aback, and it blew my mind, and it dawned on me, hey, I should make a Mandela Effect video, because I am editing another video right now, which I'm super excited about, but it's taking a while. So in the meantime, I'm trying to, like, edit, like, little videos that aren't going to take as much time. So anyway, that's that. That literally freaked me out. Like, actually freaked me out. And I don't get freaked out by Mandela Effects, really. Like, I'm just like, oh, people just remembered it that way. But this was like, what? Because whenever I was little, I literally grew up listening to this music. Literally grew up listening to this song. And whenever I go back and I listen to songs from whenever I was little, it's like riding a bike. Like, I, like, pick up right back on the lyrics, and I know the lyrics like the back of my hand, and I thought I knew these lyrics, but I did not know these lyrics. More people need to talk about it, so I'm talking about it. Anyway, I'm taking a drink of my coffee, and then we'll get into the next one. So, this next one is from the song Miss Jackson by Outkast. This song goes, sorry, Miss Jackson, ooh, I am for real. So, in that song, he goes, I never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. And most people remember it as a million times, which I'm not gonna lie, I used to remember it as a million times, but then I started listening to the song again, and I was like, it's a trillion times. Let's be for real, because it is. And that is the lyric. And do you guys remember it a million times or a trillion times? I remember it a trillion times now because I listen to it. Like, it's a song that I go back to and listen to. I have a playlist where I listen to, like, nostalgic songs, and, like, this is on it. Anyway, next theory, or next Mandela Effect, sorry. So we all know that music video of Britney Spears, Oops, I Did It Again. And in the song, she's wearing, like, in the music video, she's wearing a, like, red suit, and her hair is down, and she's wearing a headset. Never wore that headset. She never wore that headset. So that's crazy. And a lot of people remember her wearing the headset, which I don't, but I know a lot of people do. And, like, this is people's Halloween costumes. Like, they have the headset and everything, and I'm just like, that's weird, because when you do, like, a Halloween costume, you get it accurate usually. And for so many people to not get it accurate and to do, like, the headset thing, it's just weird. Like, I'm just like, that's crazy, because what do you mean? You know? So, like, what if it really was that way? I don't know, man. Just crazy. Anyway, this next one is just theory about the Mandela Effect. So, the Mandela Effect is basically, it all started when this guy, I don't know his first name, but I know his last name was Mandela or something like that, or Mandela. He passed away in jail, but he did not. He passed away a few years later, and a lot of people remember him dying in jail. So that's basically where the theory comes from, that where people don't remember things correctly, I guess, and think that it's like the time, like parallel universe timeline change, and that's basically what people think it is, which is scary. But anyway, there's a theory that the government is actually taking us through these timelines and like changing things slightly just to see if we could notice, and like gaslighting us. Like, no, it's always been the Berenstain Bears, which no, it hasn't. But anyway, I like genuinely never believed that theory. But anyway, so yeah, so that way people will like fall for it and stuff, which honestly, girl, like the amount of things that the government has like hid from people, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised because it's scary. Like with like the Epstein files, and like a lot of people in the government are in it. And even like the president, which is like crazy. And I know that someone in my family watches these videos and they do not agree with that, which his name's literally in the files. And like, I don't think that it's because people genuinely like hate this guy and like stuff like that, because like that's what he says, and he's like, people are just trying to get him like did it, and like they're not like real, he says, or whatever. The Epstein files, all of this stuff that was recorded that he did or that he was accused of doing was literally in like the 90s and the 80s, like before he was even president, like before he even ran for president. Like, that's why I'm just like, I don't know about that. Like, you know, like I don't know. Like I think that there is truth to it. Like, and he's like, well, that's just like reports of what people are saying. Doesn't mean it actually happened. I genuinely don't think someone would lie about that. And like, there's literally like not only the files, but actual like people have come out and said, like, this boy, he said stuff that Trump did to him and things like that, and just like, yeah. So like, I'm just like, I'm the least confrontational person ever, so I like don't even talk about it. Like, I don't even want to talk about it with him. But anyway, that's not what this is about. This is about Mandela Effects. I have no more written down because I wrote this at like midnight and I was tired and I wanted to go to sleep. So anyway, so yeah, I definitely would believe that the government would be trying to like hide stuff from us. Just saying. But yeah. So the next Mandela effect I did not write down. I'm just talking about these in my head. So one that really like freaked me out, because in middle school, I would watch Mandela Effect videos, and throughout high school, and like I just think they're interesting. So one of them was about the character from Scooby-Doo, Shaggy Rogers, and about his Adam's apple. He apparently never had one, which I grew up watching Scooby-Doo. That man had an Adam's apple, and like it was like funny because whenever he would get scared, his Adam's apple would go up and down. Like, and it was like, it was funny, and like that's like the whole like reason for that cartoon, like to be like a funny like cartoon. And, like, he never had an Adam's apple, which I think is complete bull. Like, I think that he had an Adam's apple. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that he didn't. What do you mean he didn't? Like, what do you mean? So, like, if you say that he did not, I don't believe you, and I don't believe the people who are like, he never had one. And, like, I don't even believe the cartoon anymore. Like, I believe they went back and changed it. Because, like, what do you mean? Like, he had an Adam's apple. Let's be for real. Shaggy Rogers had an Adam's apple. And I'll stand on that 10 toes. And I don't care what anyone has to say about it. I'm very serious about this. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this video because I'm out of Mandela Effects for you guys. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you are seeing this on Friday, I hope you have a fantastic Friday and a wonderful weekend. If you're not seeing this on Friday, I hope you're having a wonderful day, night, morning, evening, whatever time it is for you. And I pray that you all have a wonderful day. And I'll see you all in my next video. Don't forget to stay bananas. Bye-bye.